work. This has been well documented, the rail system in the United Kingdom, how it spread national space, national time and national space, consolidated national space, established national time. Everybody's read about this, I'm sure. So these are the kind of classic examples of the sorts of things that I'm talking about here. These kinds of things as well. Places start to become very specific. I haven't really discussed it in this paper, but discussed it a little in another paper, which I'll be working on to finish hopefully quite soon. So places start to become specific to each of these technologies as well. I mean, you can't go to Evora, for example. You can go to Lisbon, in this technology, but you can't go to Evora. So, there's certain kinds of limits to all of this as well. All of these technological systems are discrete. They are limited. They're very clearly defined. So, all of them have a kind of material reality. In the paper which I sent to Footprint, I talked about the tram network in Amsterdam, how the tram network formed a kind of a spatial armature around which a certain idea of the city, the social democratic city, was built up. You must remember that in the space of 60 years, Amsterdam changed from being a very, very down-at-heel port, down at heel harbour, really not much bigger than it had been in the 17th century, to, in 60 years, to become a modern social democratic city. And I'm making an argument, I have to do a full paper on this clearly at some stage, but I'm making an argument here that the tram network is kind of central to organizing that, to spatializing this idea of the city. And we can see still today the tram network really defining a certain thing that we understand as Amsterdam. And perhaps some of these elements off to the left-hand side, they don't work quite as well as the ones in the center. But it's not, the point is that really these kinds of technologies hold ideas, hold worlds, hold whole worlds together and keep them coordinated. So this idea of time, that's where I'm going to, the idea of time, the idea that simultaneity is really the issue in all of this, and the idea that technology is the basis and the fundamental kind of underpinning of all of this. We are fundamentally technological creatures, even though the pathway through the woods is in some sense a technology. And that these things are ways of constructing space in the world, and the ways that we still construct space in the world. Okay, question.